What's up, guys? It's halftime for most of these games. So what we're going to be going through is just some really good bets, right? So we have some bets open from the live stream, and we're going to be going through a few more. So live stream profit, if you were to tail everything in real time, the sheet's in the description on YouTube. You know, if you were to tail everything that I've given out in real time, you'd be up 6.3K. So pretty good. For a live stream, you could have tailed it in real time. So feel free to ask any questions you have. Bets we currently have open from live stream are right here. So we have over 46 Steelers Bills for 1.1K. That was a bet from the live stream. Under 43.5 Titans Commanders. So the Bills one looks good. They're already at where's the score? They're already at where's the score? They're already at 34 points. That seems pretty good, pretty likely to hit. Titans Commanders under 43.5. Meh. Seahawks game, what did we have? Because we definitely have a bet on that game. And they're definitely playing. So it's 19-17, and we have the over 44.5. So that also looks incredible. So hopefully we can keep it going. What up, Brian? What's up, Brian? Anyways, let's go ahead and let's kind of discuss maybe some bets for the later night games, and we can just kind of play around, look for some picks. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of refresh, odds jam. This bet I already slammed, but if you didn't slam it yet, I like it. It's the last YouTube video play. Cowboys first quarter money line. I hit it there. Maybe we can rebet it if they let me bet a little more. So you want to know how to navigate these sports books quickly. First quarter, we want the Cowboys plus half, and they're not going to give me any more on it. So this won't be a live stream bet. But if you have FanDuel, I really do like this play. Oh, shoot. So we just missed this random tennis bet that showed up. Obviously, this at minus 105. JJ Wolf minus 3.5. Bet MGM has that minus 135. DraftKings minus 140. Pinnacle has it minus 126. That would have been a bet we loved, but we didn't get it down. So, yeah, a lot of games at halftime. Texans, Jags starting again. So let's try to knock out some bets. Let's see what we got. We can recap what we have open. We can do whatever's helpful. So let's refresh this. What the heck? Let me change my state. And then I want to go to the EV page. Okay. Hit refresh, and let's see what's out there. So literally this refresh button is, everything important. So you got, let's do this. What other books do we want? We got Underdog. We got Prize Picks. We can add PointsBet into the mix. Okay. So JJ Wolf, San Francisco 49ers under 22.5 on PointsBet. Padres Mets, Hao-Seng Kim to get on base. Jeff Wilson to record a reception. You can see like a lot of weird stuff happening in the market. FanDuel has it the under favored. DraftKings has the over super juiced. Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker, kind of has the over favored. So, what I like to do for all the plays I go with is just kind of dig into the data, right? OddsJam is very much so just like, rational sports betting. Caesars has this minus 160, DraftKings minus 160, Pinnacle minus 149. Sure, there's some disagreement in the market about the Panthers game, but Pinnacle, we put the most weight in. Like, there's pretty clear value in Jeff Wilson in the 49ers game, over 1.5 receptions. So maybe this is the first play we want to go with. But again, this is kind of more of an art than a science, maybe because there was some disagreement in the market. Maybe we play this a little smaller and we hit this for 125. The EV percentage was 1.79%. And you can see, you could arb this with DraftKings, first of all, make a risk-free profit. But like there is a little bit of disagreement in the market. PointsBet has the under favored, Bet Online does. So we play this a bit smaller. Okay, Jeff Wilson Jr. over 1.5 receptions. This is a play I'm down to go with. So we can lock it in. Well, we did lock it in under 1.5 receptions. So we previously had on the last live stream Dalton Schultz under 3.5 receptions. So we hit this for 125 at minus 102 odds, and this bet is for today. So, yeah, I mean, what other bets have we hit on the live stream? So a lot of people are probably sweating this. Raheem, right? We need this to go under. Last leg. But what I also would prefer, based on the underdog picks I've given out, is this was a middle. We middled this, right? So we have Raheem over 1.5 receptions in a few different underdog fantasy entries. So DK under 5.5 looks pretty great. You know, Kyler, we're still waiting on. But we really need DK to stay low and then Raheem to kind of pick it up. So over 1.5. We'll see. But overall, the NFL plays aren't looking bad. Yeah, that's incredible. Bengals, it depends on the odds. Yo, Brian, why are you always looking at Bet365? But we can go ahead and we can take a look at Bet365. So you can just switch your state to New Jersey, and we can see what's out there. So I'll just go ahead and I'll select Bet365. I want it included. Shi Smith, over 2.5 receptions. That looks incredible on Bet365. What else? Patrick Mahomes, over 2.5 passing TDs. Plus 155. James Conner, under 3.5 receptions. Minus 140. So a lot of plays that you can go with on these platforms. You only have Bet365. There we go. So anyways, these games starting to pick back up. Hopefully we don't lose complete steam. We locked in one bet on Jeff Wilson Jr. Hopefully people were able to tail the Cowboys play. And then let's just hit some more positive EV bets and see what's out there. So I'll change my state back to New York. And we can see. So this just got a lot better, actually. Wait, is this the bet we were looking at? Jeff Wilson over 1.5 receptions. Yeah, so it looks like it's getting better. Pinnacle's moving it even higher. I mean, definitely some disagreement in the market, but we're going to dabble with Jeff Wilson. Really high EV percentage. Hard to be a play you don't like. DJ Moore, over 4.5 receptions. Again, some disagreement in the market on some of these player props. J.K. Dobbins, over 12.5 rushing attempts. So again, like, it's all just about using kind of as much of this data as we can find to try to make better bets, right? Better betting decisions. Like here, it's like, okay, Caesars has the overjuiced. So does BetMGM. You know, PointsBet has it a full rush attempt higher for Dobbins. Bet Online has the overjuiced. You know, so like minus 102, FanDuel's the only book with this under, with the under favored, right? So like at minus 102, you're almost getting plus money. I mean, it seems worth dabbling in for Sunday Night Football. So what we can do is just go back here and we can, you know, hit rushing props. You got to move quick on some of these, you know how to navigate the sports books. But, you know, maybe this is another play we dabble with small. So we have $125. And again, like the profit should prove for itself. Just following a mathematical sports betting strategy really is how you should make money. So we have over 12.5 rushing attempts for Dobbins. $125. Once again, it's minus 102 odds. Sunday Night Football, guys. Let's get it going. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh this. And we can see what's out there. You got 4 player props for the 425 games on Prize Picks or Underdog. So let's take a look. So on Prize Picks or Underdog. So Underdog, let's take a look first. Zeke over 1.5 receptions is a slam. Brandon over 3.5 receptions. So Zeke, Brandon over. And it looks like, though we need one more on Underdog, but I'm sure there's something we could pair it with. We'll just have to look a little harder. Ooh, CeeDee Lamb, under 5.5 receptions. First quarter total points, under 10 in the Eagles game. So there were 2 picks for So, what I like about this arbitrage tool, right, is so it looks like BetMGM just moved to minus 105. But whenever arbitrage exists, by definition, one of these bets has to be profitable. Like if we were in Canada and you had access to FanDuel and Pinnacle, you could hit both bets for a risk-free profit. And again, if you want the sheet with all the profit and loss, it's in the description. So you can feel free to tail along. But arbitrage is just risk-free money, right? And it's not common, right? Well, it's common for there to be arbitrage bets, but it's not like most are. It's just sportsbooks offer so much crap you can bet on. First quarter, second quarter, totals, alternate spreads, Ravens total, home total, whatever. It's just wild. So, you can get the Ravens. It's just crazy. So there's a lot of stuff you can bet on, long story short. So sportsbooks can't keep everything in check 24/7, which is why there is the opportunity, to make risk-free money arbitrage betting. So how do we feel about under 10 first quarter total points for the Eagles game? We can take a look. You can change your state if you want to see all the data in the market. So most sports books, they have the over 9.5 favored. So it's really just most sportsbooks have the line at over under 9.5. So it's just Pinnacle and FanDuel with their lines at 10. So maybe that's a play you want to dabble in, depending on how you're feeling. Under 10, Pinnacle has it at minus 142. You can get it minus 120 on FanDuel. Maybe that's a play worth dabbling in. You can also follow along with kind of the odds in real time. Favorite bet for tonight, probably all the bets, the bets I currently have on. Over 46, Bills Steelers. Under 43 half, Titans Commanders. Over 44 half, Seahawks Saints. And then, bet for tonight, I have Lamar Jackson's rushing yards over. And then we have Kyler under 1.5 passing TDs. And Hayden Hurst over 2.5 receptions on Underdog. So, see what's out there. And these lines are, constantly moving. So if you want to try live betting, here, wow, look at, lots of arbitrage bets here. Joe Musgrove. So let's do this. Over 4.5 strikeouts. So let's just go back here. So this Zeke play looks incredible on Underdog. We already have Jeff Wilson receptions. Wow. You got some World Cup starting to pop up. Cameroon plus 0.25 Asian handicap Monday, November 28th. If you're looking for a bet to kind of go with. Robin Montgomery, first set, plus 265. Tennis. Dalton Schultz, over 3.5 receptions. Cowboys, over 20.5 team total. So lots of plays out there. Obviously not as many as earlier in the day when we had the full slate of 1 p.m. games. But again, just trying to use all the tools, not all the tools, but just kind of, see the data. This will show you when the odds shift on sportsbooks. So obviously the odds are always changing live, but when you're looking at pre-match, it's kind of interesting. Like if a player gets injured or whatever, you can just pull this up and you'll see some line movements. It also is, I like the screen just in terms of kind of browsing odds. And just I look for where the numbers are way different on a particular sports book, which isn't always the case. But, especially earlier in the week, you'll notice there's some big discrepancies between where sports books are setting, a prop line. Like we can see on Caesars, Jalen Hurts, his over-under for passing yards is 247.5. Some sports books have 252.5. So there's some disagreement, right? Baker Mayfield, 193.5, 180.5 on Prize Picks. So Prize Picks is actually pretty different. Like we just spotted one as an example on Prize Picks that honestly may be worth dabbling with. So if we go to the 49ers game, we can kind of try to take a look and see if there's anything out there. So we're looking at player passing yards. Seems pretty good. You can get Baker, over 180.5 on Prize Picks. Bet Online has their line at over under 187.5. FanDuel has their line 12 yards higher at minus 110. So if we go ahead and we head over to, so this game, let's soar over. That would be great. We want this game going over. No more points in the Reds or in the Commanders game. No more points is what's ideal. We got the Bears coming back. The Falcons are horrible. So what we wanted to look at is the 49ers game. So we want to go to passing props. And is there alternate passing yards? So there is. But they start at 200. So we're kind of debating, do we want to play, Baker over 180 passing yards on Prize Picks, which seems good, right? It's very far off from the market. So it's free to browse odds on OddsJam. You just treat every sports book kind of like, an independent data point of where the line should be set. It's the easiest way to make money sports betting. And you look for value. Like here, seems pretty good. Pinnacle has the line 16 yards higher. But we'd need some things to pair it with. Over 180.5 for Baker passing yards over. Seems great. Seems incredible. So we can take a look and see if there's any plays we want to pair it with. You still got Mike Evans over. Oh, yeah. We can go through Thrive and we can take a look. We have, I'm on Mike Evans over 4.5 receptions. Breece Hall over 2.5. I have no idea how they're doing. We should take a look. So we got the Jets, Breece Hall, 1 reception, so not great. We need him to go over 2.5. And then we got Mike Evans over 4.5. And Tyler Lockett over 5.5. And Gabe Davis over 3.5. So a lot of overs. So we can go back to Mike Evans. There was a lot of value on that play. Currently at 2 receptions. How about Gabe Davis? Currently at two receptions, 2 touchdowns, 160 yards. Should have taken his receiving yards as opposed to receptions. Whatever. And then who else did we have? We had Tyler Lockett. So some of these player props will definitely come down to the wire, it seems like. So if we go to the Seahawks game, we have Tyler Lockett. He has 2 receptions. So what else did we have? Small. Antonio Gibson. This is kind of our banger if we can. This Antonio Gibson under 45.5 rushing yards. How's that looking? Perfect. He has 2 rushing yards. So we'll see. Underdog we went through. I like Zeke. Zeke and Brandon over. 49ers Cowboys game. Sheesh. Tampa Bay Lightning plus 106. Looking to bet some hockey. Seattle plus 115. So what we can do is just kind of, go back here and basically just, I like to play with these settings and kind of see what's out there. Some sports books you may use more than other sports books. So you can just kind of play around with it and all the different tools available and see where you can find some value. Pretty awesome. So our Antonio Gibson play, so it looks like, this one's meh. This one's meh. They both have hope, but meh. This one's small. I'm not even going to bother looking. But this looks great. So hopefully that can stay alive. And then on Underdog, what we had open was this stuff. We really need Kyler under. But anyways, let's go back to it. Hopefully you guys were able to tail a lot of these. Again, the sheet with all of our live stream profit will be in the description, so you can check it out. Man, the Bears coming back. So it's kind of cool just like seeing the data, seeing the live lines move. So it looks like the Titans are favored. A lot of these markets are locked. The Chargers are slightly favored. The Jaguars are favored against the Texans. You can get a good price, it looks like, on PointsBet Australia, although I assume. Like anything in the Eagles game, we had Zach Ertz over in receptions for 1. Others I don't for the Eagles game. So you can also sort by game on OddsJam. So if we just type in Eagles, Dallas, it looks like Dallas under 44.5 receiving yards is the best play on Caesars plus 106. No other sportsbook giving you plus money. BetMGM has the under favored. DraftKings has it a coin flip, 50-50. Seems great. Anyways, J.K. Dobbins still available. So the more sports books you have, obviously, the better, Wow. So lots of arbitrage bets out there. Seattle plus 1.5 on the puck line. Maybe we start to dabble with some hockey. Let's log into DraftKings. We can also check out if there's any promos and stuff. We had Schultz. Yeah, I mean, the thing is like I use OddsGM a lot, and like I have to test it. So I don't have like one account. Like I have obviously a lot of accounts because I have to test a lot of things. So I use the bet tracker, but this sheet is more just for like it's every bet we've placed during live stream. There will be some credibility and hopefully get people to join the live stream as the number gets bigger. And everyone could have placed these bets. I'm only using a few sports books, trying to use the main ones, the main fantasy sites. Just FanDuel, DraftKings, MGM, Caesars, WinBet, or the biggest sports books, plus the big fantasy sites. Thrive, Titans, moving. So Schultz over receptions. No, from the last live stream, we had under 3.5. So we can go here. We can go to hockey. We can go to NHL. And we can go to, great lines don't last forever. It's plus 210. I mean, it seems pretty good. Minus 210. Right? Pinnacle, it's an ARB too. So if we had both sports books, you could ARB them, make a risk-free profit. By definition, one bet has to be profitable. I'll take the minus 210. So we can hit it for $100 or something. Small hockey play. Max wager limit reached. Classic. So we'll hit it for $69.87. So it's a tiny bet, but whatever. First hockey bet of the year. So we have the Kraken plus 1.5 on the puck line. And then this was $69.87 at minus 210 odds for Wednesday, October 12th. So again, like some sports books, doesn't matter how you make money. They're smart. They'll cut you off at some point, and that's why sports betting, here's a play on Prize Picks. If you want to fade the Dalton Schultz over, looks like lines now the plays on you can get the under if you want to tail on Prize Picks. Seems like pretty good value. You got Brown over 5.5 receptions, minus 115 on PointsBet seems pretty great. Blackhawks on the puck line. Got some soccer, tennis, first half money line if you're looking to bet the Cardinals. So again, like if you're new to positive EV betting, I recommend keeping the filters on. It just, tries to zone in on the best bets available in your location, given your sports books. So really out of like all the frickin' data on OddsJam, all it's trying to do is be like, where are those few bets that actually beat the VIG, right? Like most people think about sports betting. They think about it like going to this NFL thing, clicking on a game and then placing some crazy same game parlay, and that's how you make money, right? But the truth is that's not possible. Some bets will win, some bets will lose. There will be losing days. It's just about finding an edge, right? It doesn't matter what sport you're betting on. All you need is your bets to beat the VIG, beat the juice, beat the VIG, beat the juice. And what you'll see is just like, hey, with OddsJam, it's just trying to show you bets that beat the VIG, beat the juice. So like Allen Robinson over 35.5 receiving yards. Why is this bet shown at the top? And it's just like, well, BetMGM has it minus 115. Then you have 1, 2, 3 sports books in my location that all have the over favored, and we're getting the over at plus money. And then BetOnline has it minus 114. So it's like every data point in the market is telling us, hey, this over should be like minus 115, and we're getting it plus 106, right? So that's a bet that beats the VIG, beats the juice. This specific bet may not win, but you'll win in the long run. It's basically like having a coin that's, 50% to show up on heads. But anyways, I'm going to call it for now. Watch some football. I'm sure we'll be back later. See you guys.